Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Alchemic here. Today we're going to be doing a deck profile on my plants, aka Red Nova Dragon Turbo. So, I've been testing with this deck, and I don't think it's that bad. It certainly does have potential to make Red Nova Dragon pretty darn easily. However, because I don't have every card I need, such as I need another Lone Fire Blossom, and I'm considering running a second Spore. I'll explain that in depth later. It could have more potential, but I just want to give you guys the deck. And keep in mind that I have not, this is before I go to my locals, because when I go to locals I'll be able to do all sorts of stuff, and then after that I'll give you guys a deck on deck list and locals report on what we did. But anyway, yeah, let's jump into the deck and I'll explain all my tech choices as I go along. Actually, before we start that, I'll just want to, so in my previous video I opened I got a pack, two packs of Player's Choice White Sleeves. I think they're really nice. They really feel well, and they're really, when you open a pack of new sleeves, they're always very slippery, but the feel, being able to shuffle the deck very well, easily, is really just amazing, I think. So, yeah, just wanted to do that before we started. Alright, now here's the deck list that I'm running. So for the plant engine, I'm obviously running one Dandy because, what do you think? Dandy is, you get the 2 tokens when it's into the graveyard, 1 Spore, because Spore is just Spore, and 1 Lone Fire. Obviously, I need these both at 2. This is pretty self-explanatory, but a Spore is kind of a weird choice. I think it's because I need a level 1 tuner that's also a plant, because being the fact that Spore is a level 1 tuner, I might need a second level 1 tuner that's a plant. I mean, just a level 1 plant in general usually, but Natural Cherries works, but I think 2 Spores would actually be nice for me, because, obviously you should know, if you're playing some sort of plant deck, or a Synchro deck, Synchron, whatever, you're going to be playing pretty combo based. So I think to have more possibilities for me to do it, I'm going to have to run a second Spore, or possibly, like I said, Natural Cherries. Obviously, Lone Fire Blossom is pretty self-explanatory, because Lone Fire Blossom is just Lone Fire. Anyway, for the Quick Draw, or for the Synchron lineup, I'm running 2 of the Quick Draw Synchron. Quick Draw really gets to your plays a lot, but because I have a lot of cards missing from this, actually a really good deck. I can only run 2 of them, because otherwise 3, I can't really draw into Level Eater and stuff very often, but I don't even have a Level Eater, so that's why. And then next up, I'm running 2 Junk Synchrons. I was testing with 3, but I think 2 is good, because sometimes your field is full, and then when you just normal summon, you can't plus off of it. But I like how he can keep getting back Kobolds and stuff, so those are really nice. Especially, I'm thinking of running Nitro Warrior, but I don't know, because basically it's just quick draw plus Kobold and you're good. Next up, I'm running 2 Kobold Hedgehogs. 3 would be a little too much. I don't really know any other way to explain it, but Kobold is Kobold because it's a free plus from the graveyard, and especially if your opponent's running Imperial Iron Wall, Kobold is definitely a good choice to run. So, yeah. Next up, I'm running the 1 Thunder King, because Thunder King is Thunder King. I'm running 2 Cyber Valleys. I think Cyber Valley is a good level 1. Because I don't have Level Eater, I need to run something that's not a level 1 that's non-tuners anyway, so, yeah, 2 Cyber Valleys. Thunder King is Thunder King, obviously. But Thunder King, has lots of synergy with this deck. Even though you do search quite a bit, still doesn't really matter, but because Thunder King is just absolutely amazing, and I would like to run 3, obviously, but that was back in the Plant Synchro format. Next up, running 1 Raikou. I need to bump this up to at least 2. Maybe cut one of the Cyber Valleys, or cut something else. But I think Raikou's good card, because even though you may mill bad stuff, it doesn't even matter, because plants are really fast deck anyway. So yeah. Next up, the 1 Gores. I'm actually running a Grand Mole because I like to bounce back stuff, and because it's reusable over and over and over and stuff. I think that's really nice. Next up, actually running 2 Cyber Dragons because I think Cyber Dragon can get you ahead on the play. Because I don't have a lot of cards you need, like Doppel Warrior, Level Eater, I need to run Cyber Dragon because if I draw into Cyber Dragon and Junk Synchron, then I can go for an instant level 8 Synchro anyway. So I think Cyber Dragon's good. I'm running 1 Breaker. This is just a tech card. I think it's good at 1. It could go up to 2, but not 3 because that'd be a little too much. And I mean, like, you can go. There are a lot of plays you can make with this card. Like obviously Asian Eyes White Dragon's favorite combo play is Breaker the Magical Warrior plus Creature Swap. I think I want to bump Creature Swap up to 2, but I have to test out that build. But I think Breaker is good because it sets off warnings, it sets off torrential tributes, sets off bottomlesses, and because it's the target for bottomless, it only has 1600. So, well, technically 1900 when you get the token. So that's why I think Breaker is a good tech card. Then the last thing I'm running is Flambeau Guard because it's another level 1 tuner. Just in case I got my Spore out of the way, then maybe cut this out for another Spore. I don't know, I'm just considering. But also Flambeau Guard is a dragon and a tuner. So, I mean, normal monster. It's a target for consonants, even though I don't run it, but it's just, I think Flambeau Guard is just a good card to run. Has a lot of good synergy with synchro decks. So next on to the spells. Oh yeah, by the way, that is, I don't, have to be 20 cards, or, I don't remember. No, it's 19 monsters. Next up for the spells, I'm running 1 Rhoda, obviously, 1 Scapegoat. I might bump this up to 2. Who knows if I'm able to pick up a second one. Next up, running 1 Creature Swap. I want to bump this up to 2, definitely, because you will run into a lot of bad cards, and you do want to get rid of them. So that that is bad monsters. So you do want to get rid of them, and Creature Swap is just definitely the best card to do. So because you could steal your opponent's monster anyway. So next up, running double Econ because I think enemy controller can be absolutely fantastic, especially since like plants are just plants, because like plants are amazing, and like you can just get back stuff and then tribute it and then steal your opponent's monster and stuff like that. So yeah, I think enemy controller is an essential. Next up, running actually 2 Forbidden Lance. I'm proxying 1 because I don't have the other one. I think Lance is definitely essential to this because it stops them. It stops them from getting their plays off, and then also you can use it during damage calculation, or I mean damage step. So that's why, like Lance, just like just absolutely amazing. If your opponent uses like I don't know, whatever back row they have, your Lance is just fantastic. So some other spells I'm running, the 3 MSTs because back row is a thing this format, and I do not have Royal Decrees, but I don't think Royal Decree would be very good in this deck. So yeah, now going to one-ofs, we have 1 Book of Moon. I'm teching a Shrink just because I'm curious. I might change this into some sort of like, I don't know, hand trap, which speaking of, I don't have any. Like maybe a Veiler if I'm able to get one. 1 or 2 Veilers, that would be really nice. But I think until then, Shrink can be a I'd like to make this into a tuning or something like that because I don't really know. But I just think Shrink is good because people aren't seeing. Most people would expect the Forbidden Lands. So yeah. But next up, I'm playing 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Dark Hole, and obviously 1 for 1 because 1 for 1 helps you get off plays. So for the spell lineup, I don't know that either. Let me see. It is 15 spells. Actually, yeah, it is a lot of spells, but a lot of them are quick plays, and so yeah, it's sort of like my back row as well as it has a lot of potential. So for the trap lineup, we have 6 traps. So first of all, I think one of the best cards is Threatening Roar because Threatening Roar is just, it doesn't get rid of your opponent's monsters, but Threatening Roar is still a fantastic card because It just stops your opponent from declaring an attack. If you MST it, you can chain it, unlike some other back row this format. So then I'm also running 2 deep prisons because deep prison. I'm usually one of the less skilled players at a tournament. I think deep prison will help my deck. Even though plants could in the past wasn't very back row heavy, I think deep prison is a good choice because first of all, like I said, I'm not very skilled, and it hurts pro players or more skilled players than me. So I think deep prison's good at obviously 2 because if there was 3, then I might consider running 3. Like I don't know. 1 Mirror Force, only 1 because usually, like I said, I am one of the less skilled players. So Mirror Force hurts the players who are less skilled, whereas Deep Prison hurts the players who are more skilled. So I think 1 Mirror Force is good at 1. 1 Compulsory Evacuation Device, and 1 Trap Stun. So, yeah, only 6 traps, but I don't have Warning, I don't have Torrential. And Bottomless, I do have Bottomless, but Bottomless is not very good. I prefer these things that stop attacks, and Compulse obviously has so much utility, and it's only at 1. But Trap Stun is good, so it helps you get your plays off, so... yeah, let's go into the extra deck. So, for the extra deck, obviously because I'm trying to make Red Nova as fast as possible, you have to run Red Nova and Red Dragon Archfiend. I mean, those are just a must. Kind of obvious reasons. Then I'm running 1 Junk Warrior, I don't have Catastor, 1 Turbo Warrior, and 1 Road Warrior. I mean, look, I'm just trying to have fun, okay, guys? If you didn't know, I'm a fun player. So that's really all I want to do, is have some fun. I don't know what to say, but, like, these guys more or less do their job. Like, Junk Warrior is good, at 1. Maybe make it into a Catastor if I can get one. Oh yeah, I actually I forgot to point out, I don't have BLS, so... Turbo Warrior might be cut, if I'm able to get a, Formula Synchron or Shooting Star Dragon, then Red Dragon Archfiend and Red Nova would come out, definitely. But anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna run these 3 because, well, actually, I might consider keeping, Road Warrior because Road Warrior is basically a free plus from the deck. You just get out like a free monster. Which, speaking of, maybe Unknown Synchron would actually be a nice card to go into this deck. So, yeah. There's quite a bit of... I also need a Tuning Layer, possibly. So, some more Synchros that we're running. Generic level 6 is Gaia. I don't have HTS. I need that card. That is a good card. But, I just like Gaia because Gaia's fine. Like, I'm not complaining, but Gaia's good because he can go over Fiendish Chains and breakthrough skills and stuff. He's not an effect monster, so there you go. Black Rose, obviously best Synchro ever, but I think Red Nova's still a good my ace monster. I don't want to go to Black Rose. I don't go to Black Rose too often. And then next, running 1 Stardust, 1 Stardust Spark, and a Scrap Dragon. I like this lineup. So the reason why I'm running both Stardust Spark and Stardust, the normals one, is because it really depends on your situation. I don't have like Catastor, I don't have anything like that I don't have to like fight. I have no cards to fight over my extra deck space. I think Scrap Dragon's obviously a must, but Stardust Spark has so much utility. You can use it to protect like any like side deck cards that you need to keep, like Prohibition or something. But Stardust is good because it resolves in the graveyard. But so yeah, it goes over skill drain. This card is amazing because it can just it doesn't, like, you don't lose that card. So you're like, you know, you won't have to lose a card to the graveyard for that 1 turn. Even though they both have basically a once per turn effect, it's still like they still have a lot of utility. And it's really just situational, depending on which one you make. So for the XYZs, I just decided it was a little obviously, because it's a Synchro deck, there aren't too many, there are only 5 XYZs, but I want a couple more Synchros like Catastor. I need maybe Hyper Librarian, Formula Synchron, and Shooting Star Dragon. No, I don't want a Quasar. Quasar is a little too much for me. I think Shooting Star Dragon is perfect for me. So I think for the level 4s, I'm running 1 Crazy Box and Maestro. I think, so first of all, Crazy Box helps you get over the skill drain, because that is a pretty big problem with this deck. A lot of the stuff resolved, like Junk Synchron, has to resolve on the field. And then Maestro is just good because it protects itself. Oh, I forgot Diamond Dire, obviously Diamond Dire for obvious reasons. Then last 2 level 3s I'm playing is Leviair and Zenmaines. Zenmaines is just absolutely amazing because he can just protect himself. And a good combo was from the tin itself, where I got it. You can just go Zenmaines and Scrap Dragon. And then, so you use Scrap Dragon and destroy your Zenmaines. Zenmaines detaches the material. So basically, you get to destroy 2 of your opponent's cards, basically. And Leviair is just good because you banish a lot. You might run into deep prisons. You might run into like, you know, obviously your plant stuff banishes from the graveyard and stuff. So yeah, there's all sorts of stuff. So that Leviair can help you on with combo plays. Next up, the side deck. I'm side decking 1 DD Crow. I might go to 2 and then cut these 2 DD Warrior Ladies. But I think actually Warrior Lady is good because it's more of a surprise factor than HTS Scythe. I don't even care. It's more of a surprise factor because you can set her face down and you can just like attack. Even though he has more attack, like it's still a better card, I think, in my opinion. So for the spell, I'm only running siding 1 spell out, and that is Prohibition, because this card helps you stop like Spellbook. You can call their like Grand Spellbook Tower, then they can't use it, or their Blue Boy or whatever. So for the traps, I'm actually running more stuff. I am actually running Bottomless in this in the side deck, and being the side deck is the side deck, so because like I said, my side deck and main deck and extra aren't fighting for space, so I can put as much whatever I want. Next up, I'm running the 1 Mirror Force because I have the 1 in the deck. I'm actually teching 1 Ceasefire. I just want to see what if I just stuff 1 burn card into my deck, and then I just activate it during a full field, and then opponent takes 6,000 damage. I mean, is it 6,000? I believe. No, it's 5,000. So I just want to see, like, can this be, like, my Gaga Cowboy, basically? Because I don't, like, the extra deck, I don't have the Gaga, I don't have the Cowboy because Cowboy is a little kind of expensive for my kind of budget. So I think Ceasefire was good tech card to invest in. Next up, I'm running 2 Wabakus because Wabaku is a fantastic card. I might want to change these to T-Roars because I'm not playing Glads. It actually makes a difference whether you're running T-Roar or Wabaku. Next up, 2 Fiendish Chain because Fiendish Chain is fiendish. So then 1 Malcat because when you use it, people don't really see it coming. So it'll wipe the field with back row and stuff like that. So I think that's good. I'm also using 1 Call the Haunted because Call actually might be the 1 card that gets you to that 1 Red Nova. So, and you can also use Call the Haunted to get back Red Nova. So, and then if you banish Red Nova to negate an attack, then it's immune to Call the Haunted's destruction effect. Then the last 2 things I'm running are Soul Drain and Divine Wrath. Divine Wrath because it stops effects and destroys the monster, but Soul Drain because it destroys. It does hurt Red Nova, but usually whenever you use this, it's more important to kill the opponent. Like, if they're playing dragons and they have to banish from the graveyard, then Soul Drain is going to stop that, and it's going to be cool. And Divine Wrath, I mean, obviously. This also hurts Fire Kings, if you didn't know, because Fire Kings activate in the graveyard. And, so then Soul Drain will say no, and that's basically the deck list. Like I said, I think these sleeves are amazing. Okay, it's good to invest into them because I think they're just really good quality. They feel good. They're you can shuffle them comfortably, I guess is the best way to say it. And yeah, even though they may be more expensive than other things like Ultra Pro and stuff like that, this is what happens when you buy let me see if I can get that for you. This is what happens when you buy a card design and then you start shuffling with it a lot. That's just, but these sleeves are just, like, they feel good, like I said. You can riffle with them a lot. It feels good and sounds good and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think Player's Choice was definitely a good brand for you guys. Just to get that recommendation out. Anyway, now this was might have been a pretty long video, but anyway, this is AlchemicMagician signing out.